The BSP could lower borrowing costs as early as October if the economy shows signs of losing momentum. Here's the second of our three-part installment of my exclusive interview with BSP Governor Remolona. But given what we do know now, that the money didn't go where it should, what impact do you think that might have on the forecast for GDP?
I think we were kind of surprised why our models didn't seem to work that well in terms of the forecasts. And now we kind of think we know why.
Are the models showing that the government might have to cut the forecast for growth for the full year?
We haven't done that homework yet, but I think not. I think we should have cut the forecast for the previous years. But going forward, I think the factor is not the spending. Going forward, it's going to be investor sentiment going forward.
As you face all this, the big shocker, as you make a mention of the anomalous flood control projects and the huge sums of money attached to it, we're seeing that unemployment rate has risen to three-year highs, and inflation is at 1.5%.
Yes.
That's the fastest since March this year.
Yes, but still low.
It is,
It's
compared
still low,
to the 8% that you mentioned when you came into office. But what does this say now about your Goldilocks rates?
We're in the Goldilocks zone, I would say. So there's no, given, if the data, the forecasts stay as they are, we're going to stay where we are in terms of policy rate. There may be small adjustments, we may pause, we may ease, but more or less we're going to be in the same range.
So are you at the lower end or the higher end?
We're in the
of
middle.
That
I would say we're in the middle.
What values are you attaching to that?
Between 4 and 6%.
Is there anything to suggest a slowdown in output, perhaps? Because when you look at the slowdown in the August PMI, that's because the purchases are starting to come off, the front loading of the purchases.
And that data suggests some slowdown, not a sharp slowdown in growth.
Media conference, you did make a mention of output as a key indicator. So could that mean an interest rate easing as soon as October?
It could, yes, it could.
But if indeed you are to make a move, it would be in the increment of 25 basis points and
most likely,
not 50 bips.
Most likely. 50 is kind of when suddenly you have a big shock to the data that says you're heading for a hard landing, then you would do 50, even more.
And what data would you be looking for then that would suggest a hard landing, considering the
So first of all,
projects?
the GDP data and then the employment data is the unemployment rate going up very sharply, for example. Then we have to act more decisively in terms of easing the policy rate.
So the door is open not for one and done, but a potential interest rate cut of 25 bips in October and December.
It's possible. I wouldn't say it's likely. Given our forecasts, we probably will stay where we are. But every month we get new data, and so we then decide. It's as you know, we adjust the policy rate we decide on the policy rate every 2 months. If it's not so good data on output, then of course we'll ease. I think the risks of higher inflation, which will make us tighten, that those risks, the way we see it now, those risks are small. So I think we're comfortable for now.